Ladies and gentlemen, you are now under a groove. Music is an otherworldly sensation in our mind, body, and spirit. It moves us in ways that nothing else can. Detroit specifically has bred some of the most genre-defining artists that have influenced music around the world. Here we are, after decades of legends, revolutions, scenes, and movements. We're left to ponder and analyze, what is it about Detroit? What is it about music that moves us? I'm Gabe Banis, creator of this podcast, owner of this studio. I'm here today with Jackson and the Poolsharks, a foundation to the modern Detroit rock and roll scene. Take it away, Jackson and the Poolsharks. Let's go.
Act so evil, but day or night, everyone's drinking and smoking pot. Sleep through the hard day, feeling alright. Wipe your eyes away today, your sight. You're okay, but you are not. Wipe this night away and hold me tight. Feel like a phony, risk it all. How far have you come before you fall down? Inside my body, all the things you are from me. I'm left with nothing but my smokes and my DJ. She says she likes my body, all the things you are from me. I'm left with nothing but my phone and my sneakers. Look inside my body, all the things you like from me. I'm left with nothing but my phone and my t-shirt. Oh boy!
right.
Thank you.
Very nice, very nice. Man, rock and roll, sludgy, vibey.
Thanks,
It's
man.
all over the board, man. I loved that.
Thank you.
Great
Oh
work.
yeah, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming out. This is really cool.
Appreciate you having us, man.
My pleasure.
Absolutely.
So, Steve reached out to me. He saw first couple episodes and, wanted to come on board. So I was really grateful for that and happy you guys were able to do that. I know Steve and Dave from a prior band we played in before.
Oh, cool.
Oh, you guys were in a band.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Partakers.
Which one? Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
Shit, that's right.
We played a show with us, with the Poolsharks.
I think I was playing bass.
Okay.
Oh, shoot.
I was playing bass at the
Was
time.
that it?
I think that was before I was in part.
Was that
And
it?
then, yeah,
Diesel?
Gabe came and
Excited
played
for that.
bass.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen Gabe with
Yeah.
Partakers. I think I just saw you
I don't know.
two
That's-
playing guitars.
Yeah, I think Dave is correct. You weren't in the band yet, Gabe, when we played the show with the Poolsharks.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Teeny tiny world.
I think my mic stopped working.
Love that.
So I wanted to ask, like, what's your origin story? Like, I just know
story.
about Steve and Dave. I don't know about the rest.
Yeah, origin story. I've been playing music. Music has been just a part of my life for literally forever because my dad played in a bunch of bands. He's a really good guitar player. So literally I would be, he'd play like these country bars and I was like a little fucking kid and I'm sleeping in the coats. People put their coats under the bar table to just get them out of the way. And I remember just sleeping in the coats while my dad's playing shows. And me and Nick went to school together, Anchor
Yes.
Bay.
Right
We
on.
graduated together, and I know Josh because we were both percussionists in high school, and he was actually my drum instructor when I was center snare in marching band. He actually chose me to be center snare.
Against the wishes of the band director at the time. He's like, you don't want that guy. He's a fuck up. He's gonna screw things up. I'm like, nah, he's literally the most talented guy on the team though.
I didn't take it as seriously as everyone else, but like, I took the music seriously. It's just like all the I don't know, standing at attention when it's like, dude,
You were a
why
high
are we
school
s-
kid.
Why are, we,
Like,
why are we standing at attention? Because we're the drum line, like chill, dude. Like, why can't we just stand around like everyone else? But yeah, so what? Then how did we? So then I started playing music with Scotty. Shout out to Scotty. He was our original bass player. He was also percussionist, and
I was playing with Scott in a different band, and
Yeah.
Scott's like, hey, you want to come play with Danny? I'm like, yeah, I'd love to. I remember him being very talented. I want to see what that's all about. So I started playing with drums with him, and it turns out he's pretty good at writing songs. So 10 years later,
we would practice like literally anywhere that we could. So we practiced at churches. We practiced at
the meat market.
a meat market that I used to work at. After hours, we get the cops called on us. Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Well, that leads into the song creation process. Like, what's kind of your process there? Does most of the songs start with you, Dan?
Yeah, I would say so. I'll just sit down and I'll fucking write I don't know, I'll just start playing guitar and then it's like, oh, that's kind of a cool riff. Or I have my loop pedal that I use a lot. Like
Nice.
when I'm writing songs, like I'll loop something and then I constantly writing fucking harmonies to it. That's why we have so many guitar players.
Right on.
You know, it's interesting. Coming into this band, it was like, oh, we needed a third guitar player, and I was just like, I don't know where I would fit in. But then, like, after we started practicing, it was like the use of dynamics. Like, even as a third guitar player, there's still doesn't cover all the guitars that are layered on the albums.
Yeah.
So we could use
a
like
lot
6
going on.
guitar players, and then like we just all turned down and just let everything.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just
Comes across really well.
I'll write like a voice note or like a voice memo on my phone and I'll have like an idea of a song or I'll finish a song and then I'll bring it to these dudes. And then I'll have like ideas of like, you know, this is how I want it, like how I envision it going and like you come in here. But these dudes are so good that
just constantly putting their own spin on it, or like their own spin on my idea, or they have a better idea, and then it just kind of grows. And then, like Steve, both these guys, all these guys, write things that like I'm like, damn, I would never write that.
That's the best part of being in a band, right?
Yeah.
Someone will take your idea and have their own idea and take it in a place you never would have taken.
Exactly. Yeah. There's a bunch of bass lines where I'm like, Steve, dude, hell yeah.
Dude, Steve rips bass, man.
Yeah, but I play with a pick though, so I'm not really a real bass player.
I thought you just hit it with
It's
your
fine.
knuckles. I thought you played with your knuckles and you just curved your hand in.
So wait, you're growing your fingernails out for what then?
Yeah.
Well,
He's like, grows his fingernails out to play bass. Gross.
So I'm going to go around the room with a couple questions here. Well, we'll start with this one. It's kind of the same question I ask everyone because I like it. What is your earliest memory of noticing the greatness of music? We're talking about like toddler as your earliest memory. It might be your earliest memory. We've had that too. Damn. So whoever's ready, just jump on in.
So when I was younger, like my parents, they did not shelter me at all. Like I could listen to whatever I wanted. It was kind of crazy looking back. Like because I had an older brother who listened to like Marilyn Manson stuff, but like my dad and my mother turned me on to like Van Halen, and I was like, dude, I love Van Halen. As a CD collection, my first record was Women and Children First and Van Halen 2. Those are my first two CDs.
Not bad.
And then I had the Batman and Robin soundtrack because I like the Smashing Pumpkins
That was a
song
good
on there.
soundtrack. I remember Kiss from a Rose.
And Smashing
yes.
Pumpkins, the end is the beginning is the end was the single for Batman and Robin, and I was like, oh, I love that song, and I would actually have cassette tapes, and I would sit by the radio and I would wait for the songs to come on because I wanted a better recording of it. And I would just
Yes.
record it,
Yep.
and I'd be like, okay, I have that forever. That was like my
Make
thing.
your own
Yeah.
mixtapes. That's a blast
Nice.
for sure. Those were the days.
Steve,
yeah,
you
the
got
weird
one?
thing is Dave still listens to those tapes. It's like, dude, come on, you kids streaming.
Batman's his favorite movie too.
Yeah, for me, I don't know. When I was a kid, I feel like I wasn't that into music. Like I don't know. There wasn't really anything I connected with except like super popular stuff. It was like, oh, like my buddy showed me like Hanson, and then they were really popular, and it was like, oh yeah, okay, I want that tape. I like that song Bop. Oh, that's cool. So I would get that, or it was like, oh, like Backstreet Boys. Okay, that's what people are into. Cool. It was sort of like, yeah, I can get
Yeah,
into
I was
music.
exact same.
And then like my buddy Dan, who Danny actually knows, a different Dan.
Kind of how we know each
That's
other.
kind of how we know each other. We've known each other since we were little kids.
Yeah.
But my friend Dan got into, I think, Foo Fighters was probably one of the first ones that I got into, and he listened to like Less Than Jake and stuff, and he showed me those bands, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And then I started digging backwards and getting into 90s stuff. Then I met Dave and our other buddy Brandon, and he showed me like Stone Temple Pilots and Van Halen, the aforementioned Van Halen. And then we got like super into like Guns N' Roses, and then I just, throughout middle school and high school, I was just like constantly soaking up like all the classic rock and stuff I could. And then when I was like 13, bought a guitar, and and then just kind of never stopped, I guess.
Yeah, my story is quite a bit similar to Steve's. It started out with like popular music. Like I had an older brother, and like we had neighbors and stuff, and they were all listening to Backstreet Boys. So I feel like that's like the first one I remember. But the first time that I started developing my own taste in music was actually through video games. Like I got an N64 when it came out, and then the first game that I can remember like getting music from, like this is cool, good music, was Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
There you go.
Honestly.
Hell
Yeah, and then from that point on, I got probably most of my music through video games, but I kind of stuck with the punk route, and I listened to like Green Day in middle school and Good Charlotte, and then kind of got
punk.
Yeah, pop punk. And then got towards like emo stuff when I was in high school. I listened to a lot of emo music in high school.
You specify the difference between punk and pop punk. I help and notice. It's probably an important difference.
Yeah, no, it is.
Good Charlotte and stuff like that taught me how to sing harmonies.
Yeah.
Like
And get ladies.
yeah, like all that stuff. There's a bunch of cool, like the vocal melodies and like punk music, or like even like back in the day, I had like fucking like early Fall Out Boy record, and it's like that shit taught me how to sing harmonies.
Yeah.
They were kind of like, I could be wrong, but I remember they were kind of more acoustic early on, no? Or
Kind of like I don't remember what the fucking records are called. I'm horrible at that shit, but
it was pre like Sugar We're Going Down. Right?
yeah,
Like,
Oh,
yeah.
Take
Well,
This to
Well,
Your
then it
Grave.
just like turned into something completely different. Than
Yeah.
I feel like at one point they were the best at doing that kind of music.
They definitely were. And I don't know. I remember Saturday was
Yeah.
by Fall Out Boy was like the first one that I knew, and that one was a little
Get
bit
right up
heavier. It
to
wasn't
that.
really.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, that one's a little bit heavier. Like, I mean, it wasn't acoustic, I guess, not
We're just
heavy.
talking
but-
about Fall Out Boy. on
Yeah,
this
now we're talking
podcast.
about Fall Out Boy.
Welcome to the Fall Out
And
Boy podcast.
Taking Back Sunday was really similar to them too, though.
I never did the Taking Back Sunday thing. Like my earliest memories of music is obviously watching my dad play shows all the time, because that's literally how we would make money. Because he owned a TV VCR repair shop, and then obviously nobody gets their TVs or VCRs repaired anymore. They just buy new ones. So he'd just be playing music all the time. But I just remember sitting in his shitty orange truck, and we would just be listening to like Grateful Dead records. I remember I'd be like singing. I remember being really little, and he would turn it up so loud where I would be like hurting my ears, and I'd be like, "Dad, can you like turn it down?" But yeah, Grateful Dead records. Yeah, I remember listening to like a CCR, John Fogerty,
Yeah.
and he's just like telling me like listen to his voice. Like it's like he's singing it, but it's like rock and roll. Like because at the time I'm just like singing in the car, and I'm like learning how to sing, so I'm just singing the notes, and he's like, listen how he sings it though, you know.
Yeah.
Josh, you go.
Yeah, it's fun listening to hear like everyone respond to this question, because I mean we play music every week and I see you guys all the time, and yet some of these things I didn't know about you guys, so that's very cool. I love that.
We've never had this conversation.
Yeah, we don't talk about this stuff. We just get down to
We don't
business.
talk.
This is why we're here.
We're
right?
all
This
business.
is why we're here.
Yeah. But earliest music memories for me, my parents were classic rock babies. Led Zeppelin and Fleetwood Mac come to mind immediately. And there's a picture of me as a very small child wearing almost these exact same headphones, but they were way too big on my head.
Right.
And I loved listening to the song Tusk by Fleetwood Mac. And I had these Tinker Toys that I would hold like drumsticks. And when the part came in with the marching band and the drum line playing, I would just lose my shit and just start swinging my arms. I didn't know what I was doing. So it's apparently part of my DNA. I'm not really sure exactly how else to explain that. But I've been playing music for, as long as I could. I had an uncle who played drums, Uncle Mark, shout out to you. So I had a drum set in my life in excess, like I had it accessible. I could actually go and play it sometimes. So that was cool. It was great to have that. And then I got into, music through band stuff, so I could get a drum set.
Yeah.
I remember telling my parents, like, hey, when you go pick out, instruments for band, I'll take either a drum set or a set of timpani. And I had no idea at the time what that really meant. So they came back with a snare drum, and that was it. And I was a little bit disappointed, but, I figured it out.
Second part to this question that I want to make sure I ask, because I've been forgetting. Is there like a person that, they might have been a musician, maybe not, I mean, maybe your dad in your case, but that kind of would guide your musical taste? Like, for me, it was my older brothers and sisters. Like, even though they're not musicians, like, everything they listen to is like what I first listened to.
Yeah.
If there's a notable person like that in your life, just feel free to.
My dad for sure. And then I used to play in a band called Jet Rodriguez, where I played drums with my good friend Cam Nevada, who's an incredible songwriter. And he always would just find some cool ass shit, He'd find like Sufjan Stevens, and we're listening to Fleet Foxes is one of my favorite bands of all time, and stuff like that. But,
Very cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
I got to say that it would be my dad and my siblings. I mean, sorry, Mom. I'm going to include her too. We were very musical. Like I was raised by listeners. They weren't musicians themselves, but they both had great taste. So like, I just got a lot of fond memories of just jamming hard to System of a Down with my dad in the car.
Yeah.
Rest in peace,
cool.
Dad. I love
That's
those
amazing,
memories.
man.
But yeah, they're huge influences on me through all that.
Right on.
I didn't have any musical influences. So I had my dad, and actually, my earliest music memory was actually dancing to "Couldn't Stand the Weather" by Stevie Ray Vaughan. He used to play that song when I was a really little kid, and I used to there's like a break, and I would dance, and I would like stop for the break, and then start dancing again. So yeah, I guess I would say my dad, but then I kind of like grew into a different taste, and I didn't have anybody to get music from really until 9th grade, high school. Then all my friends started listening to, like, they all listened to similar music to me. So, yeah.
What about you, Steve? Dave?
Yeah, I was waiting to see if Dave was going to go. No, it was probably like my dad was really into classic rock and stuff, you know, like he showed me like CCR and like Fleetwood Mac. I remember when I was, I don't know, I must have been 11 or 12. And at one point, you know, Napster was going on and we had just gotten, I guess, did we have cable internet? I don't remember if we did yet. It still might have been dial-up,
You
but
did.
he gave me.
Call your mom. Call your mom and try to figure
Let me
it out.
call her and ask her what internet service we had 26 years ago. But he had he made a list of like 12 songs where he was like, could you make me like a mix, like download all this? And it had like, you know, CCR and like Steve Miller, Pink Floyd. You know, he showed me all that stuff and it was like, this is cool. But then I guess really I got to put like this guy here, Dave, and like my buddy Brandon. Like I feel like he had a deeper knowledge than I did. So it was like, then I started learning about like more of the 90s stuff, you know, like Alice in Chains and stuff, you know, through this guy, Rage Against the Machine. And then like our buddy Brandon, we would always be like just soaking up new music like a sponge, trying to find anything we could.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to say, like, early on, like, my mom was in, like, the 80s hair metal stuff. Like, I remember, like, I'd be leaving preschool or kindergarten. My mom would drive up in a Geo Storm, blaring, like, Poison. Yes. And I would be so embarrassed. I'd be like, Mom, turn that shit down. But she just loved it. And I'm not into that stuff. I'm more into, like, what my dad was into, like, now. Like, Elton John, Allman Brothers, you know, Van Halen. I mean, that is kind of 80 hair metal, but not. They're kind of their own entity at the same time.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, I got to give
They
it
definitely
to.
transcend hair metal, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Agreed.
I got to give it to I got to throw the ball back to Steve and our buddy Brandon because we lived in the same subdivision down the street from one another. Like we would literally pitch a tent. We would get a tent in a backyard. We'd all go spend
You
the night
guys
at each
were
other's
pitching
houses.
tents together?
Yeah, we were pitching tents together, dude. But like,
That's hot.
shit, I don't want to get. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, we would pitch tents and like. We would run.
Cancel.
Yeah. We would run like a power. We would run power out to the tent, and we would just play CDs that we bought. Like we would all go to Best Buy together, and we would buy records, and we would just play them with each other. Like I remember Steve was like, "Dude, we have to go to Best Buy because Yeah's first record just came out and it's $6."
Nice.
And we were like, "Oh yeah." So we went there and got the record. And I really only knew like one song, but then like or even the Vines.
The Vines, yeah. I
You
remember
got me
that.
into, or like Queens of Stone Age. You got me into.
Yeah.
Which is one of my favorite bands still to this day. So yeah, I would say just everybody in this room and everybody that all my friends we still talk because of music. Like that's really what it is, for me at least.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we're here now. So
Yeah.
in Detroit, I mean, I'm sure Detroit music means something to everybody one way or another. So big theme of this podcast. I guess the question is, like, why do you think Detroit has been a birthplace of so many genre-defining acts? Feel free to jump in.
Culture.
Yeah.
Just it being so many different races and different kinds of people in one area, and it was thriving at one point, and we're trying to come back, but just the different cultures and it's just mixed together, and we're just, I don't know. There's nothing to do in the wintertime. Pick up a guitar.
Yeah,
That's
there's
so
so much
true.
like blues and jazz from the city, and Motown is just. It all comes from such an interesting place. I mean, I'm no historian, so like I could butcher all of the information about that, but just
Well, how has it shaped your sound as a band?
as us, I mean,
It's like, I feel like it's like an attitude almost. Just living in Michigan in general, just like dealing
it's a
with
vibe.
the weather. You know, like we go extreme. Like it's fucking hot as shit right now. I'm probably sweating my I hope.
Yeah, it's very
I
hot
hope you can see
in a small basement studio
But then it's like
without AC.
gets insanely cold, and then there's like crazy winters, and it's just like a fucking attitude of being a Michigander. I don't know.
I was
And just the city's got an attitude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, I think, like, going back to the weather, it's like you have these extremes where, I don't know, it just kind of like it gives you, like, people just have a harder edge to them, or like more of a grittiness, like to be able to like endure all that. Like I think Detroit itself was like just like a working class sort of place, and it was just like, you know, the people playing music are just doing it from like a guttural, like from your gut, where it's like this, I don't know, like
Yeah,
a
it's-
rawness to it that.
It's the working class is a good like thing to bring up, because like that's part of the attitude too. It's just like everyone just works their ass off around here, you know.
Fuck
And-
billionaires. Sorry.
How about your thoughts on like the current Detroit scene? Who are some rising artists that maybe people should know about, and maybe what's missing that you wish you could see around town?
I think everyone should check out Panda House. I think those guys got something real special going on.
Those are our buddies.
Yep, they're very talented.
My buddy John plays in a hardcore band called Bad Beat, and they just put out a new full-length record.
Oh yeah.
They're doing pretty well right now.
Cam, who I was talking about earlier, he's releasing like some disco tracks as Biter. We also like Edison Hollows, our buddies.
Yeah, those guys are really talented.
Yeah, you just had Pepper and the Heavy Boys.
Oh, yeah.
I like Dan's a friend of ours.
Lucid Furs are great.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah, we watched the whole Pepper and the Heavy Boys set before we even came here.
Oh, right on. Yeah, they did a great job. We're talking about the one they did here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our mutual friend, well, a lot of our mutual friends, Sammy, got his band Stago Lee, which
Yeah.
they were around. They were around before we were, you know,
I remember.
before we were doing our stuff. And I always loved them. Like I thought they were great. And so they're back now, and I'm really excited about that.
If all goes well, they'll be here next.
Yeah,
Nice.
Awesome.
Dave, who was that band? Those like three young kids. They were like had a Beatles vibe.
Oh, it was at Smalls. I love that band.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Something about colors.
Oh,
Secondary Colors.
Secondary Colors.
Secondary Colors.
I love that band. I love that. I listen, dude. Ever since that show, I still have their album, their music saved on my Spotify. So
Nice.
shout out to
Secondary
them.
Colors.
I told everybody in
some
that
young
band.
lads.
Young
Yeah.
lads,
Young
they do
bucks.
like 3-part harmonies throughout the whole thing, like real Beatles vibe. That's pretty cool. He broke a string. I gave him my guitar, remember?
Did he have blisters on his fingers?
Maybe.
He was playing with his fingers instead of a pick.
Growing out his nails.
No, but
Gross.
that band, like, I just mesmerized me. After the set, I went up to all those guys. I'm like, you guys were awesome, and like, I thought I was being too abrasive a little bit, but I really thought they were good.
I fucking love you guys.
Had one too many.
He was talking really close to him. I'm like, Dave,
I was like in their ear.
Get this man away from me.
Dave, back up.
It's a school night. I have to go home, sir.
I told Danny, I was like, I'm really nervous to go to their merch table because I don't know if I don't want to like be intrusive. Just kidding, I didn't do that. But I should have got something from them.
Yeah.
You asked a question about what we need in this scene and like what
Yeah.
I like to see. I just think there's so much just absolute raw talent in this city, and especially when we play it like Arts Beats and Eats, there's a million bands that I've never even heard of or seen, and we're just walking around. It's like, holy crap, you guys are so remarkably talented. A bunch of bands out of Southwest that have gotten some Latin grooves that are just like, oh shit, I need to be paying attention to where you guys are playing. But I feel like there's just not enough roads out of Detroit. I feel like there's a lot of really great talent, but there's not a lot of people looking at Detroit for music, and they really need to start looking in this direction because I think we could hold our own against Nashville easily. I really do. I know that there's a lot of musicians there, but I do think that the talent level here is something that's a little bit unchecked in the market right now.
Hell yeah. I would agree. What are your favorite spots to catch or play a show in the city?
We like to play Arts Beats and Eats. We've been doing that pretty consistently. Hopefully we get it this year.
We play the Lager House.
Lager House
is
one of our faves.
I like playing Love and Touch. That's arguably
Love
my
and Touch
favorite
is a
venue
good
to
one
play at.
too. Yeah.
Loving Touch has got really nice sound. It's a cool venue. Yeah. What else? I liked when we played the Ghost Light a couple times.
Ghost
I'd like
Light
to
is
do
cool.
that again.
They got something real cool going there.
There's a few
You got
places in
any
Hamtramck.
new music, or what? Where are you at with that? Recording or writing or?
Tell him, Josh.
So we just released a new single that's called Say So.
Okay.
It features zero metronome, which is great because it originally released with a metronome playing in the background. On Spotify, on Apple Music. That is.
Oh man, that's
Yeah, that-
great.
that
Good
was
for
the
you
whole
for just
thing.
telling the world.
Yes.
Too,
Well,
that's
If you
awesome.
missed it, you missed it.
That's
We haven't
hilarious.
told anyone that the
terrifying.
song is released already because we were like, is it the one that we want
And
to
it was
Yeah.
like an
Right.
actual metronome track. It wasn't like
Oh,
bleed from headphones
It
or something
was,
like that.
yeah, and not only that, it
Yeah.
wasn't even the right tempo.
Yeah, it was completely
Yeah.
different tempo.
It wasn't even like the right metronome
That's
to the
hilarious.
song. It was just a random metronome that was on.
There's a cowbell, and I wanted a marimba. No.
That was so funny when we were all at band practice. We all sit down to listen to it, and we're like, "All right, dude, you're sitting down." And we're like, "What the hell is going on?"
Yeah, just I heard it before I even came to you guys, and I was just like, "Oh no!" And I ran to my computer, and I was just like in a frantic phase, like, "What did I upload?" So it was yours truly. I was
So
that was on
that
me.
kind of answers some questions. You guys are self-produced, do it
Yeah.
technically savvy, basement studio. What do you got going on?
Yep, for the most
My,
part.
s- I feel like I got a really nice studio that I kind of built in my basement that
Oh,
we
yeah.
practice, and we record it there. We've been working on an album, like a full-length album, for a while now, but it's like we're getting them mastered at this point,
Nice.
and we're gonna just start releasing them
So it's done.
slowly.
So it's
Pretty much.
This
Pretty
this
much.
single is from that.
Correct.
Okay. Right.
Yes.
We did our first album completely ourselves. We sent it out to a buddy of ours for mastering. And then we did the second album with Zach Ships over in RV Studios, which shout out to him. He's wonderful to work with, incredibly talented guy. And then we took what he did, we brought it back to our home studio, layered the shit out of it, because that's what Danny does. And then we sent it back to him, and he polished it up, and that's what our EP was. And this next one, we've decided to bring the whole thing back in-house just because we wanted to really take our time with it and try to capture some of the vibes from the first album. And I think we did. I'm very excited to see it.
Do you play together as a band or separate? I mean, you use a click, obviously, but
Yeah, we
Yeah.
leave it on.
Yeah, then we leave it on.
We do like a scratch track for the most part. Sometimes Josh will just play it straight through with a click.
The first album is just me playing with a metronome the entire time.
oh damn! I think that's the coolest thing when drummers do that. My favorite album, Francis the Mute by
Oh,
Lars
yeah.
Volta.
Hell yeah.
That's how John Theodore played that.
I
whole
didn't know
record,
that.
dude. Yeah,
I had
just
no
to
idea.
He knew it that well. He just like put on
Yeah.
the click. Yep.
Dude, John
That's
Frusciante, he
crazy.
plays solos on that record, and Flea plays trumpet.
Hell yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Great record.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal record. But yeah, we did all the stuff with Zach. So the second EP we did kind of live.
Yeah.
So like the bass and drums were for the most part there. A few guitar tracks got taken, and then we took a few vocal tracks, but those were done as a layer. So
Yeah.
a lot of the bass, drums, and some of the guitars were straight from a live take of all of us playing. But
But this new one.
this new one's not. It's all tracked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, this new one is meticulously worked on.
Which is why it was so upsetting when the metronome was in that release. Jesus.
I get it.
Yep.
It happens.
Thankfully, it got fixed.
Was that a hard process to like switch a song out on Spotify?
It's just a lot of emails.
Yeah.
A lot of being patient. A lot of
And
biting
then do you
nails.
keep your metrics? I know that's kind of a,
Maybe honestly,
an inside baseball question, but
yeah. No, and honestly, I didn't look at the metrics
Yeah.
at the time because we weren't promoting it.
I was
As soon
trying
as-
not to promote it
Yeah.
at all.
right.
Yeah,
right.
As soon as it released, it's like, hey, no
I'm
one
like,
check
don't
us
even-
out.
Don't even. I'm like to these guys. I'm like, don't even click on it because I don't want it to like recommend to someone else.
Right.
Dude, if
Like,
you go on there,
guys don't even fucking listen to it.
we're gonna be like, guys, check out our new song on Spotify. And if you look at the date, it'll be like March 2nd.
Yeah,
yeah, right. Yeah, that's,
zero views.
yeah, that happens. So that first song that you played, what was the name of that?
It's called Booze On. It's gonna be that's gonna be like a 3-song track on this new. So it's not released yet. So that first little intro play that we played is going to be called Pregame, and then we play the song. It's called Booze On, and that little end thing we played, where we kind of slowed it down, is The Hangover.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
Barely,
It'd be like
barely
a
Corgan.
3 like
long
quick,
concept album.
Yeah.
just long fucking song that goes into each other. And,
Nice.
yeah.
I dig it. So that's on the new record.
Correct. Unreleased currently.
Yeah.
It's not released
So,
yet,
so
but
how many songs are going to be on it?
I've got
Wow.
a count of 12, but it could be as many as 14.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
we're gonna release that
Slowly.
my electronic track.
Oh, yeah.
Seems like it's all about singles. You know what?
It really is.
You just reminded me because I listened to your old album just today
Nice.
Nice.
and your single. I know I like pretending like I didn't know about it. I listened to it today.
What's the metronome there?
No, it sounded great. But your hidden track came up on the old album because I just
Nice.
let
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I was doing something and it was playing, and I was like, oh, the hidden track.
Hell
Hell yeah,
yes.
that's so
Yeah.
like '90s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We do.
every one of our albums are gonna have a little hidden track.
Nice.
Fun little fact, it kicks in at 6 minutes and 66 seconds. Devil shit.
I make little beats on my MIDI keyboard real quick in
Hell yeah. GarageBand,
Logic.
Logic.
But so this new album, I have one that I want to put on it just because why not?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
The EP had one too, so if you don't
Yes.
know, check it out.
That's what he was saying. He said he
I
found
think
that.
that's the one I found. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
you
He
found
said he
the
found the
okay.
hidden track.
Well, there's one on the full length and
I only said
original album,
GarageBand because
too.
like some of the samples, I feel like I had heard them in GarageBand.
Got you. Maybe they're the same.
Logic and GarageBand.
I
are like
don't
the same
pay
thing.
for anything on there, so
Good
it's
for
just
you. Yeah, my first guest,
Straight up
Chris
ones.
Oliver. He's released 100 albums in GarageBand.
Oh my
and he
God.
hasn't- literally, I'm not even exaggerating.
It's wild.
Like maybe by 5
crazy.
albums, I'm exaggerating.
Wow.
That's nuts.
Yeah, first episode. Check it out. Check it out. Okay, so looking forward, I mean, we've been talking a lot. Any other songs you guys want to play, like off the new
Let's-
record
let's
or
play the
old
single.
songs?
If you don't wanna see me, then why don't you say so? Don't sleep in saying me. Let me touch you. I recall you thinking that you love me. Then the next day you wake up and you could care less. Don't you wanna see what will happen? 'Cause I do. If this strange feeling was just one time, I'd be lying. I'm done, tired. You will be sorry. You will miss my face and my voice. That's not you. Play some, boy. Divided by my choice of words. Can't say that I have been lying. I didn't know, why didn't you say so? Like to know, why did you say so? Like to know, why did you say so? Why'd you go? Why did you say so? I'm done trying. You will be sorry. My face and my voice, that's not true. I'm done trying. You will be sorry. You will miss my face and my voice. I'm done, tired. You will be sorry. You will miss my face and my voice. That's us. Why did you say so?
Very nice.
Thank you,
I
sir.
really enjoyed that false ending
Nice.
and just all the dynamics in general.
Hey, thanks,
So
man.
cool.
Try to make music that goes somewhere because I get bored.
Yeah.
If it's just the same thing constantly.
Yeah.
That one's called Say So, by the way. It's out now. There's no metronome on the thing, but find it on Spotify, iTunes, all the deals.
It's
Apple
a really
Music.
high quality sounding recording, in my opinion. I think that song sounds great.
Yeah.
Makes me really happy when I listen to it.
Nice.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That's so sweet, Nick. Thanks, dude.
Thanks, man. You worked hard on that.
That's so sweet of you, dude.
So, you guys got any shows on the books, or what's next for you right now?
No shows at the moment. We like signed up for some of these like festivals, and hopefully that we get some of them.
I know you played Arts, Beats, and Eats the last couple years.
Yeah.
Is there any plan to get back there?
We're
or
hoping
just
we
waiting
get
to
it
hear?
this year. Yeah,
For sure.
we played it so many years. It's like we're hoping they're not like let's give somebody else another
Yeah.
like a slot. Hopefully we keep our slot, but if not, it is what it is. We're definitely just trying to get these songs released. And honestly, we're trying to make like some content around them so they don't just fucking disappear into the ether of the internet. So we're making like acoustic videos of us playing songs.
Well, this will be something good to help you
Yeah,
with that.
this is exactly. So we're like, we got to play the single, but that's kind of where my head is at right now. Like we usually don't search for shows. People will hit us up, and it's like, do we want to do this? Is it worth it? Is it on a weekday? Like, if that's on a weekday,
Yeah, what is it?
it's got to be good.
Are we headlining at 1
Except
a.m. on a
Friday.
week
Friday's
Thursday?
fine.
Yeah, are we headlining it at 1 a.m.
On a Tuesday.
on Tuesday? Like, let's not do it.
We got your back. Hit us up.
Yeah, so I'm sure something will pop up soon. We're also just trying not to oversaturate all these places that we play all the fucking time, which we probably have done. Like if we play shows, I want to like get to different cities that we haven't really been. I just think that would be the most beneficial thing for us.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah.
Do like a little mini tour or something like that, or just like a weekend trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, or even just a day trip, like just play somewhere else. Yeah, we played in like Grand Rapids that one time. That was cool. We need to do that again.
I like
like
playing on the west
Kalamazoo.
side of the state.
Yeah,
Played Muskegon for that festival that
Oh, that
one
was
time,
really
that
cool.
art festival.
Yeah.
So I got to ask you guys. I remember, I don't know when, but you played on the morning news or something like that. I got to hear your
We've-
story on that.
We've
we've
done
done
like
that 4 or 5 times.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Is it that
I
many?
think we've done 4.
4?
One of them was the interview in your basement, so I don't know if that
One of them,
counts.
I just moved into my house, and my basement was just like filled with boxes, and they're like, "We want to interview you
This seems like
at,
a good spot.
at your rehearsal studio."
Space. Yeah.
And
Barely
it was
set
like
up.
ours. It was like we were like practicing around boxes at the time because I like moved in recently. So we cleaned up that area, me and my wife, and they came over, and my cat Peter, who's punk rock, he bit Kim DeJulio while she was standing there. She like kneeled down. I don't even know. He like bit her leg. And she's like, "Your cat just bit me."
Dude, she screamed. She was like, ah!
Trying to turn it into
He
like a
doesn't-
lawsuit.
He doesn't bite. Like, he's not trying to hurt you. He just like nips you and like goes like, "Hey, like,
Pay
I'm
attention
over
to
here."
me. Yeah.
If I get
I
on,
get it.
listen, I love petting Peter. And if I pet him too much, he'll follow me around the
Dave
house and just
Peter
attack
have
me. He'll follow me around the house and just attack me and bite
Yeah.
me.
Dave
And
loves petting Peter.
I do.
Dave also
Dave
loves
pets Peter every evening.
Dave loves to rile up Peter and then go, "Why are you biting me?" He's like, and he's like, he keeps on biting me. It's like,
He
well,
does
quit
do
fucking
that.
with him.
Yeah.
That wasn't supposed to leave the basement, dude. Just kidding.
Putting you on blast.
I love him though.
Yeah,
I'm
they-
lying, but
What put you guys on the radar of who was it? Like ABC or
So
Fox 2.
Fox 2?
We did Fox 2, we did Channel 4,
CBS.
we did CBS.
We did Fox 2 a
CBS.
second time.
Yeah.
No, we did Fox 2 3
We did that
times.
one where we played an acoustic thing in the
In
back.
the
remember?
gazebo. That was
that's
Fox
right.
2. So we did Fox 2 3 times. Then.
Yes.
If you.
Yes.
What did we do for CBS?
That was the live. We
Doghouse.
We did
Yeah.
Doghouse.
Was I there?
Yes.
So
Yeah, you were there.
We
That
get-
was the most recent one we did, Nick.
So we've gotten those gigs. The first time we got that gig was a long time ago, and Steve knew
Yeah, Steve's our connect.
Girlfriend. Is it Michelle that knew?
Michelle's friend used to work for Fox 2. So she was like, "Hey, you should talk to Megan and see if you guys can like get on TV." And I'm like, "Oh, that's not how it works." And I'm like, "Sure." So I reached out to her. And she's like, "Yeah." And then
Turns out
just
that's how
like
it works.
they
That's
just
how it works.
emailed us like, "Hey, what day do you want to come on?"
Yep. So we did that, and then another time we reached out to them because we were like releasing something. I remember, or like
Yeah.
we were playing a show, and they got us back on.
Yep.
And then those other times we were on the news was because Arts Beats and Eats hit us up and like basically having us represent
Arts Beats and Eats.
Right.
Arts Beats and Eats in the Detroit music scene.
Awesome.
What's
which
fun
was
is
Not a
an
bad
honor.
connect to have, you know?
Yeah.
When you got
Yeah,
a new
super
album or
cool
something.
honor to have them ask us that many times.
Yeah, that's really cool. Also, I remember CBS now, in case you guys were wondering.
yeah, good.
Steve, do you remember what internet access you had though?
Wait. Oh no. No.
Your mom text
Did you
back
call
in?
your
Yeah,
mom
she
on the
didn't
break?
text me back.
Okay, sorry.
She texted me.
No, what's fun about the Arts Beats and Eats TV breaks is sometimes we get like a 2-day notice. And so it's
Wow.
like not even. It's like, okay,
that
well,
one,
Yeah.
we got to like sprint into this suddenly. It's like, do we get together and rehearse? No, let's just show up and do the thing. So
Yeah.
some of those have been pretty raw, but like, I feel like
And
we've
it's
shown
also you have to bring your own
up
sound equipment.
everything.
Yep.
Luckily, my dad runs sound.
Shout
Really?
out Chris.
Oh, and
So
he's
my
so
dad-
good at it.
Your own
too.
PA?
Yep.
Whoa.
So we had to bring all of our stuff. PA. My dad connected our shit to their shit. Luckily, we had him to do that because, and
Yeah.
especially when it's like, you got 2 days to let me know, or it's in 2 days. Let us know tonight if you can do it. And it's like, Dad, can you come and do this? Because like,
Please, Chris.
Yeah, and we all work like regular day jobs, so we all got to be like, oh my god, we got to get work off.
Yeah.
Try to get work off, and then get Danny's dad to do it, and
he's got to get work off.
and honestly, he's really good. Like you can just Google Jackson the Poolsharks Fox 2. I'm pretty sure it still pops up.
Oh, yeah.
And like the quality of the sound is really good, and that's all Danny's dad with like barely any time to set up.
Literally, we have like an hour to set up, and like we got to like check between them giving the news.
Okay.
So it's like real quick, like
You got
all
90
play.
seconds.
Oh, and then it's like, okay, yeah, that sounds okay.
Yeah, stage manager's like, all right, stop. We're about to be back from commercial in 10.
Yeah.
So stop.
They've got clipboards and the headsets, and it's exactly
Sure.
how you see it on TV.
Also,
Literally.
you don't realize when you're gonna do one of those TV things that like you're like waiting, and then all of a sudden the guy will just be like, okay, it's gonna happen like after this next commercial break, and nobody says fucking shit, and then there's just a guy who goes,
Yeah.
All of a sudden you have five.
we're doing it, we're doing it right now. Okay, we're doing it. Like
There were a lot
I
of
would
them-
just expect him to be like, you guys, we're gonna do it right now. You guys,
Yeah, you'd
20
think-
seconds."
Yeah.
It just seems like every time we've done it, it's like, oh, we're doing it, guys. I don't know.
It's fun. It's fun to do those.
Yeah.
I do know the people who worked there liked us because they were just kept stopping by and watching us play every time we had to rerun through the song.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was
Probably the
cool.
best part of their day.
Lee Thomas played our drum
like-
set.
Someone else
He
died
did.
in a ditch today. Man, these guys are playing music at least. So, I mean, you guys are doing pretty well, clearly. Do you have any advice for like up and coming younger musicians? Nope. Dave says absolutely not.
Get
No.
good at your instruments.
Just keep practicing.
practicing.
Yeah. Here's a good one that Josh taught me. There's rehearsal. So that's when we all get together. And then there's practice. If you need to figure a fucking part out, you practice. Don't bring it to rehearsal where we're obviously that happens where we do fuck around with a part and we're like practicing, but don't spend too much time sitting there and like learning a part for one dude who doesn't know the part.
That makes a lot of sense.
And another thing.
Let me give you that saying just
Yeah,
real
yeah,
quick. It's rehearsal is where you learn everyone else's parts.
Ah, yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
That's great.
I have a good tip. Don't play pay-to-play shows.
Yeah.
Don't even entertain those people.
That shit's dying in this area, which is great. I'm
Thank
so
God.
happy to see that die.
Yeah. So like if somebody reaches out to you and is like, hey, you can play this show, but like you have to buy 40 tickets and then anything you sell over 40 you get to keep. You're not probably going to sell 40 tickets, so you're going to end up paying a bunch of money to play a show. And like
And it's like
your time is not free, first of all. And second of all,
we like to consider ourselves professionals. Like, you pay me, dude. I'm not paying you.
Yeah.
You pay me for my
Even if you're
time.
willing to make a small amount of money, that's fine. If you're not making that much from a show, that's not a big deal. Just just make sure that you're not paying to play a show.
I think that's a great advice, and it sets a precedent. You know, if we all just don't do that, it's like a minimum wage. Like, if we all just don't take $10 an hour, then they have to give us 15.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Collective bargaining.
Right, yeah.
One more quick thing, advice: find people that you like to hang out with to do that with. Like, these are all my best friends, so it's not like it's like, oh, I gotta go fucking see Nick. Every time I see Nick, I'm like, God damn it.
It helps a lot because obviously everybody argues every once in a while, but like we rarely argue about stuff. Like
we
can just like make shit happen. You know, everyone can have an opinion, and we'll like listen to you and like.
Yeah. I know exactly what Dave's thinking.
Yeah. What are you thinking, Dave?
I'm looking at Josh. He's looking at me. But like when I first joined the band, Danny and Josh got in a big fight.
It was like one of the biggest arguments, and it was like Dave's first rehearsal.
And I'm like, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, just
Do they
it wasn't
do this
even
all the time?
I wasn't even that bad, and they're like, that was one of our verse fight, and I'm like, they're like, okay, I think you're good.
Dave's like, that wasn't anything. And
Yeah.
me and Danny are like, I'm sorry, that was the worst.
that's the worst fight we've ever had.
Yeah, Nick, you were in it with me too.
I don't even remember what it was about. There
We
you
don't
go.
have to rehash old.
You want to talk details?
No, it doesn't matter.
No, it's great though.
It matters to me.
No, I just
All
love
right,
that.
you can refresh my memory after this.
I love that we brought a new guy into the band at the time, granted, years ago now, and we had our first argument, not our first, but like our worst, and Dave's like, that's not even that bad. Like, I can hang with this.
Yeah.
Honestly,
we're all just good friends, though. Like, we like to hang out. Sometimes we fucking sit down and we just end up talking.
Yeah.
Which is, like, sometimes a problem. Sometimes it's just, like, good to, we don't have to practice tonight. Let's just fucking hang out.
there was a time where we were particularly good at Rocket League. So if
Yeah.
you ever got your ass kicked by JPS, which could be just Polish sausage, it could be
Jimmy's pants situation.
Jimmy's pants situation. If
That
you've
was
been
our
beaten
team
by
name,
that team,
JPS, Jackson Poolsharks.
Yeah, we would change it every time. But yeah, we were.
Jimmy's pants.
Those were good
situation.
times, man. We all bring our Switches over. We played Rocket League on the Switch, which is the worst console to play it on. But
we can all be there. We can all do it.
I was gonna say back to Gabe's original question.
Oh shit! There was
After
a
you
question.
all took it off track, I was gonna say
Sorry.
for like younger people, like I would say play in front of. Don't do pay to play, like Nick said, but play for as many audiences as you can, because especially if you were like me, like I used to be so nervous, like I couldn't. I turned into a stick. I couldn't move my arms. I'd just be standing there frozen. And it's like, if you can get up in someone's living room and have 5 people be your audience, just get up and play.
that's good.
And,
Yeah.
it's like you gotta, it took me about a dozen shows before I finally like loosened up a little. Then about 5 more, it was like, okay, now I can move my left arm.
And now we have the rocker stalker gift.
Yeah. Adding on to that. Sorry, Danny.
No, go ahead.
It's on top of that. Look for open mics in your area, because open mics are like, you don't even have to be good, and it'll just like get you. Everybody is super respectful. You'll get an applause, and it'll just like give you that experience.
Stage time.
And
I would always bring my new songs that I wrote to open mics, and I would just play them, just so I can play them out. Steve saw me at an open mic one time playing some weird fucking songs in open D.
Yeah, I remember.
You play a lot of stuff with a loop pedal too at open mics. That was cool.
So, yeah.
What open mic did you guys go to?
There used to be one at Oakland University. Nick went to
Yeah.
school
I
there.
remember that.
Yeah.
And so did my buddy Cam. And
So did I.
That Steve was at the open mic a couple times too. But that place would be packed. Like, you had to sign up like early to even get on the list,
Yeah.
which was cool. I didn't go to school there, but I would go to their open mic all the time.
Yeah, same. I went there a couple times. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Another one is Dessert Oasis. They had open mics on Mondays. I don't know if they do it anymore, but I used to go there all the time.
Is that the one in Midtown?
In Rochester.
Oh.
They had them in
used to
Royal
play
Oak,
there.
too. I went a couple of those open mics.
There was one in Detroit at one point downtown, and I played at that one, too.
Oh, nice.
There still.
It is there still. Okay, so yeah, Dessert Oasis.
Yeah, play there.
I used to play a show there, but they didn't want to pay me.
Yeah, that was when they were at their original location in Rochester,
like,
which
"You
is
can make
not where they
tips."
are now.
It's like, okay, but you should also give me some money. I like those guys though. So anyway,
Bring it back to Detroit. If you could collaborate with any Detroit musician, past, present, who would it be and why?
Eminem. No,
Oh, right away.
that would be fucking nuts though.
What's that guy's name? Ted Nugent?
Nugget.
Oh, shit. Is Bill Withers from...
He's. I don't think so.
Gordon Lightfoot?
That's a
Gordon Lightfoot?
great point, though. I want to say Virginia.
Okay. It's got to be one of the Motown folks. Like, someone in that world would be where I'd want to
Or like Jack
Sure.
White.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
If we had a song with
Oh,
Jack
yeah.
White, that'd be nuts.
I've heard of him.
Jack White and the Poolsharks. I don't know.
Jack White
I
and
don't
the
know what I'm
Poolsharks.
doing here.
Jack White.
Jack White, Jack Black.
Like being able to go back and play something with like the Temptations,
Yeah.
like
That
the
would be great.
classic
Sick.
Temptations
Yeah.
lineup or something would be
Oh yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, just a fun question to
Yeah.
ponder. So you got a couple more songs, right?
Yeah.
Two more?
We can
Or how
play-
many you got? What do you what how are we feeling? How we enjoying this?
Yeah, hell yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's great.
Cool.
So we were thinking about, should we do it?
Do it.
This is on the first full length.
All right, you ready? Can you count it in, Josh?
1, 2, good luck.
I feel your energy. Do you see them when you stare outside? Nothing you can do, they will survive. Will you fight them, or will they? Another song I take, another ghost for you. Can you hear them creeping through the floor? Every corner, through all your doors. Will you fight them, or will they rule? Another song I take, another ghost for you. I feel your energy. Whoa, I saw the dead. Try your best to conquer me. I'm not scared.
I'm not scared.
Oh man. Well, we did it.
Yeah, we did.
That was sick. I hope you don't regret that, 'cause that was really good.
We could have definitely done it better, but it was fun to do.
Hell yeah.
That's when I was like, let's do this one. It just feels like it fits the vibe.
For sure. Yeah. That's cool.
We do have another one. Do you want us to play it right away?
Let's close with that.
Okay,
if that's
sweet.
all right.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
have like 3 more questions.
Sweet. Oh,
yeah.
Just where can listeners find your music? Upcoming shows, which you don't have any, but releases, projects. We talked about most of this.
Yeah.
And then any closing remarks, thank yous you have to say.
Yeah. So I'll talk a little bit while Danny's doing his thing. So you can find us on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, pretty much anywhere you can stream stuff, you can find our stuff. As far as like keeping in touch with us, I recommend you look at our Instagram, our Facebook, our TikTok. Danny manages all those quite well, in my opinion. And that's where you're going to see announcements for new music, for new shows. We're certainly going to have a bunch of stuff coming up through the summer. I mean, it's our busy season. So while we are saying right now we got nothing on the books, like look at us tomorrow. You're probably going to see that we got something coming up soon. So
I like to hear that. It's
yeah,
good to hear,
no, for sure. And we try to keep as busy as possible. You're going to see a lot of new music releasing over the next couple months. Hopefully, a lot of new content. So just kind of keep an ear out. Connect with us on those platforms, and let us know what you think. We're always eager to connect with fans and people who are interested in what it is that we're doing over here.
Yeah, honestly, DM us on any of those platforms, really?
Yeah, we're watching all of them pretty regularly.
I haven't posted in a while. I've been trying to wait till this single came out, and then
When did it come out officially? Because I just saw it today, but when did it come
It's
out?
been about a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's been about a week.
for the
That's
original, but this process
Right,
is taking
well-
fucking forever. Just the process of posting it the first time took forever. Do you remember?
Yeah, it took like we submitted it, the wrong one, and it took like 3 or 4 weeks before they even put it up.
Yeah. So that's slow going. That's just kind of how things go. I mean, we use CD Baby as our distributor and our publisher, and it's just the nature of it. I've heard good things about DistroKid, which we might go check out them soon too.
Well, CD Baby, they did help us through this.
They were very accommodating.
PAI
I'm like,
was.
Yeah, we
this
should-
cannot be the first time somebody's done this. And Josh is like, I don't know.
I'm sure it happens.
Yeah,
Even if
I
it's not a
know.
metronome, it's
Right? It's something.
I had to fix the snare.
Are we
Yeah.
gonna admit?
Or something. Yeah.
Some-
I didn't cut it at the end, so it's like a 20-minute song or something.
Are we
Right,
gonna
guys.
admit that we did it twice?
I was just gonna say we should probably include the fact that we actually did this twice for this song.
Josh
Was
was
it
like
metronome
must have been
both times,
super
or-
fucking stoned or something.
It's possible.
He got it, so he got a hold of the people, so we were like, okay, here's the one. But he must have just been panicking because it
Yep.
was like
The wrong one.
Did you send him
wrong
the
one
same
first
one
time.
again, or
He sent
different
him
one?
one that was
just like a
It
different?
was just like an old recording, and it
Whatever,
wasn't
yeah.
like super high quality. It didn't have a
Yeah,
metronome in
different
it or
draft.
anything. So if somebody
Yeah,
listened
it was
to
just
it,
a different draft.
maybe they wouldn't notice. But
So again, I haven't posted in a while, but we're gonna start promoting the this single now that it's actually the right one, and we're doing that now.
Yeah, and you could probably plan on hearing another 3 or 4 songs from us by the end of the year.
Nice.
I would expect.
Yes, for sure.
Well, thank you guys very much for coming out and doing this. Jackson and
Oh,
the
yeah.
Poolsharks.
Thank you.
Thank you for checking out the Under a Groove podcast, everybody.
Thank you for having us, man.
Yeah.
yeah, thank
Yeah.
you so
It's been
much.
fun.
Keep watching regularly on Spotify and YouTube, anywhere else we post. I'm going to let you guys take us out with one last song, and we will just close out at the end of that song. So let's hear it. Jackson and the Poolsharks.
Yep. So this song is this is like our newest song. I don't know when this is going to be released, but we just were like, let's play this one. This is also a baritone guitar. That's why I keep on switching guitars. This is weird. Some I feared for a long time, but it's here. I feel it in my enzymes. Don't feel lost. Our paths crossed. Always be alright. I'll try with all my might. Through arguments and fight, I always love. Mother to my daughter, and my oldest, my son. We're not boys yet, but since we've met, feels like you're the one. I can't go without you. Know my steps from my heart, it's made of gold. Will always be alright. I'll try with all my might. Through arguments and fight, I always love you. I do. I do. I do. I do. Thank you so much.